The Birth of Oshun, 2017, is an oil painting on linen depicting images of Oshun and other Orisha or deities from the Yoruba religion of West Africa and syncretic African diasporic religions like Santeria and Candomblé. This work is by Afro-Cuban Chicago-based artist Harmonia Rosales. Rosales belongs to a group of Black contemporary artists who engage in appropriation art, an art movement that critiques the Euro-white art history canon by taking some of its most celebrated works and altering them by centering Black subjects instead of white ones. In placing primacy in African subject matter, artists like Rosales, Robert Colescott, Micheline Thomas, Kehinde Wiley, and Errol Erescu critique traditional Eurocentric representations constructed in Western art. This appropriation art movement finds its roots in the Harlem Renaissance, which found value in African culture and history as subjects for art. The Birth of Oshun is a reinterpretation of the Renaissance artwork The Birth of Venus by Italian artist Sandro Botticelli. Unlike Venus, Oshun is not simply the goddess of love and beauty. She also represents all the phases of a woman's life, the full span of womanhood. At Oshun's right is Yemaya, the goddess of motherhood, nurturing, and love. To her left, in the red, is Oya, the goddess that rules over death. And next to Oya, in white, is Obatala, the creator of humanity and earth. Peacock feathers surround Oshun, as the peacock is her sacred animal, and gold patches adorn her skin, as gold is her sacred color. Stuart Hall is a Black male cultural theorist whose work investigates the media's role in society. In the film Representation in the Media, Stuart Hall conceptualizes an idea of representation where things are not given meaning until represented.
And that's a very different process. Now we're talking about representation, not as an after-the-event activity. It means something, and then the presentation might change or distort the meaning. We're talking about the fact that it has no fixed meaning, no real meaning in the obvious sense, until it has been represented.
Although Hall talks in the context of mass media, his understanding of representation also applies to the way we gain meaning from the Western art history canon and how Rosales' work constructs new meaning within it. Rosales' work deconstructs the art history canon by appropriating its representations and centering Black figures, particularly Black women, in works of art that were selected to sustain white supremacy. Rosales constructs a new representation that defines Black women as subjects of a masterpiece. Oshun, with her short, kinky hair and dark skin interspersed with golden patches, disrupts white supremacist representations of beauty and centers Black women in meanings society constructs about who is considered beautiful. Furthermore, Rosales' use of different Yoruba deities topples fabricated hegemonic narratives that place Greek culture as the universal marker for what type of artwork is considered a masterpiece. Art can work within interlocking systems of domination. The Western art history canon, along with the media, serve their roles as the keepers of white supremacy through perpetuating the glorification of whiteness into the collective unconsciousness of our society. In doing so, the Western art canon has been integral in how people in our society form meanings that place the ultimate value in whiteness. The Birth of Oshun is a piece of art that dismantles these gatekeeping systems by deconstructing the homogeny of whiteness as a standard for beauty and challenging the myth of ancient Greece, which ultimately helps in unraveling fabricated narratives in art history that place value in certain Renaissance artworks to safeguard whiteness. The Birth of Oshun claims space within the Western art canon by toppling the white aesthetic and drawing power from the Black aesthetic through images of Yoruba deities. This work celebrates and holds pride in Black women and the deities of the African diaspora. It invokes new meaning in what we consider beautiful and reveals the different ways that Black visionaries can use institutions built for white supremacy to create counter-hegemonic narratives that uplift Black people and Black culture.